Next up at UFC 316, we have Mario Batista taking on Patchy Mix. Mario Batista, public enemy number 1 right now, but he is 15-2 in his career. He's 5-0 in his last 5. He is on a 7-fight win streak. He's taking on Patchy Mix, 20-1 in his career, 5-0 in his last 5, making his UFC debut. This is a brand new matchup. Mario Batista was supposed to fight Chito Vera. Chito Vera got hurt, so he dropped out. And instead of just slapping together some random bullshit, the UFC went out and they scooped up probably the biggest prospect in this division that is not signed by them, and they got Patchy Mix. What was surprising to me, though, is I was scrolling Instagram the other day and I saw that Chito Vera just ran a marathon. And maybe it was an old picture that he just posted, but that motherfucker just ran a marathon. How are you so hurt you can't fight, but you can run a marathon? Maybe it's a shoulder.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, you fucking dumbass. You could have a broken hand and run a fucking marathon. Are you fucking stupid or something?
What was the injury?
Obviously, it wasn't a broken foot, you shit-brained retard.
It said hip.
Did it really say hip, though?
Yes.
Are you just making something up?
I'm making it up. Did you ever see that clip of when Dave Portnoy is interviewing or he's doing like his own Shark Tank thing? Like, do you need investments in your business? And who's the big dude? The fat Mets fan? What's his name?
Oh, he's almost down to,
he lost 180 pounds. Yeah.
He almost weighs less than you, dumbass.
Well, he's 300 pounds. And then he was asking, he was standing in front of Portnoy and somebody else. I don't know who the other person was. And he was asking for money for his business, whatever. And he's like, what do you need the money for? He's like, a website. I got a website, whatever. They're like, how much? He's like, at least 100,000. And Dave's like, did you just make that up? He's like, I did. He goes, okay. I thought so. That's exactly what just happened with the hip injury. I just made that shit up. So
if you removed his loose skin, he would weigh less than you. And you're sitting here calling him a fat piece of shit or whatever you called him.
I didn't call him a fat piece of shit. I said
well, he's fat and he's a Knicks
fan,
so it's a piece of shit.
He was he was 500 pounds. He lost 200 pounds just going for walks. Crazy. Anyway, Mario Batista, public enemy number 1, as I mentioned. That's because he just beat Jose Aldo. The reality is he is a decent striker. He's got some pretty good volume for the most part. He's got a give one, get one kind of style. He sets a good pace. He'll plot forward. He's light on his feet. He'll stick around. That wasn't the game plan, though, for Jose, right? With Jose, he pushed him against the cage and just held him there the entire time. But if we remove that fight from the equation, Mario Batista is a decent striker, primarily a striker, but he does have 12 takedowns in his last 7 fights. He is coming off that decision that I don't agree with. And frankly, if we zoom out, Jose Aldo won his last 2 fights. And all of a sudden, this is a very different world. Patchy Mix is his opponent. It might be a new name for a lot of you, but for those of you who watch Bellator, may be familiar with him. He is a 3-time, I believe, Bellator world champion. Not only did he win the Bellator tournament, he went on to win the actual belt and then defend it a handful of times. And he didn't lose the belt. He asked for his release after PFL bought Bellator and couldn't pay him what his contract said he should be paid. Style-wise, he's a nasty grappler. He'll not only get the takedowns, but he will hunt for submissions as well. He's long, he's lean, he uses that length to wrap you up. And in his 20-fight career, or his 21-fight career, his 20 wins, he has 15 finishes. 13 of those 15 finishes are by submission. He's obviously a very dangerous grappler. This is a win-win if you're the UFC, because either Patchy comes in here, smokes Mario Batista, who's not the most exciting guy, and now you have a brand new, fresh blood in the division, or he loses. And you get to continue to brag about the fact that everybody outside the UFC sucks, including dominant world champions. The reality is that I do think Patchy Mix can win this fight. He's very good. He's fought a very high level of competition. He's fought 25-minute fights many times over. That lone loss is, tricky and a weight adjustment kind of loss. But the reality is Patchy Mix can get it done. He is famous for Tatiana Suarez, his boyfriend. He's famous for his submission wins, and he is a very exciting guy. I love the addition to the weight class. I think he can get it done, and Jacob forgot his name, but I didn't really quite know who Patchy Mix was. I had to do the research, and 2 weeks ago, I filmed a video with Josh, who is Patchy Mix, and Josh worked for Bellator, So he was very familiar with who Patchy Mix was. And when we filmed that video, he went on and on and on and on about how great Patchy is. And I'm buying into the hype. So I'm on the Patchy Mix side. I do think he gets it done. And I do have a parlay with him in it. What I like to do is I take my most confident picks, put them in a parlay, and then take my confident but not as confident picks and put them in a separate parlay. Patchy is in the second parlay. While I do think he wins this fight, I recognize Mario is good. And I also recognize this is a UFC debut on somewhat short notice. So Patchy's going to be the pick. I think the grappling is going to be the difference here, but it should be a very interesting fight. What do you think, Jacoby?
Yeah, obviously I was very high on Jose Aldo versus Mario Batista because I said he's not going to be able to strike with Aldo and he's not going to be able to take Aldo down. Both of those things were absolutely very much true.
Literally
and somehow they gave the decision to Mario Batista. The good news is, and the reason why I bet on Patchy Mix, and I pray to God it's true, is that Mario Batista is not going to be able to stall against Patchy Mix. You can't stall against Patchy Mix. He is hunting for something at all times. So this whole Mario to survive and just hang on a hip and just head on the outside, no matter where he puts his head, on the outside, on the inside, no matter where he tries to hide his neck, if he's trying to stall, even if he gets a takedown against Patchy Mix, this guy threatens from everywhere. He's threatened the guillotine. He'll reach over and try to grab the guillotine. He'll probably threaten a ninja choke. On the ground, he's threatening a ninja or a guillotine on a takedown attempt. He'll do all these things to make sure that Mario Batista cannot stall. And if Mario Batista isn't stalling, he's not winning. He just doesn't get in these opportunities where he is winning exchanges. He stalls to win fights, and I pray to God that Patchy is a guy that is not going to let him stall. Is going to threaten the shit and do enough to win this fight or find a finish. What I do like about Patchy as well is he fought that guy Magomed, found a guillotine, beat him. In the rematch, he was trying to chase those same guillotines, but when he was not getting the guillotines, he was scrambling back to his feet. It was a guillotine, hold on to it, okay, I'm not going to get it, let it go, boom, hips out, reach under, grab a single, whatever it is, get back to the feet and reset. And against Mario Batista, that's what you got to do. Just don't let him lay on you. Don't let him stall against the fence. Patchy should be able to do enough to the striking. Mario's not a dangerous guy. He's a capable striker, but so is Patchy. Eventually, Mario is either going to have to shoot a shot, or Patchy is just going to shoot a takedown, initiate that scramble, and if the scrambles start happening, from what I've seen, Patchy should win the scrambles, and he's a pretty confident guy as well. I mean, he's got the 5-round cardio, but you saw him in the Embedded this week talk about, like, I'll fucking submit him and his whole fucking team. Like, this guy's a fucking joke. He's calling Mario Batista a journeyman. I don't know if he actually is or not, but I hope Patchy is who he says he is, who everyone says he is. I hope he is in the mix and becomes a guy in this, and I think Mario Batista is a good matchup for him. Somebody that's not going to come in with crazy pressure or take his head off or be able to has crazy control. He's a guy that just kind of hangs around. If you hang that neck around Patchy, he knows what to do with it. So I'm on Patchy here, but I'm also kind of a Mario Batista hater, which is kind of funny because Mario seems like a good guy. He's a good, decent guy, working hard.
And he did what he needed to do to beat a legend.
I mean, he's winning, he's cashing checks and all that stuff. So I don't hate him for it, but obviously the style is pretty boring, and I think Patchy can threaten enough to win this fight.
Yeah, and the reality is, I don't know why I said the reality is. That's a weird transition. I saw Patchy. Jacob and I went to UFC Vegas 101 in January. I saw Patchy there. He walked in with he's dating Tatiana Suarez. They're basically married. They're not actually married.
And somebody said too, I've seen a couple times be like, "Oh, he's going to get exposed like Tatiana." Mario Batista is not fucking Wei Lee. I'll tell you that. So
yeah, and did Tatiana get exposed? Like she lost to one of the best
just
to
like
ever do it.
Yeah, and she's a wrestler that can't really do anything off her back and stuff like that, where Patchy can do pretty much anything.
Yeah, and I saw them at Apex. The way the Apex works is there's only one way in and one way out for the most part. So everybody just walks in the front door, no matter how big they are. And Tatiana and Patchy just sort of walked in. I was walking past them. He's fucking big, dude. For 135, he's skinny, but he's tall. He's very tall, and he's long, and he uses that. I think he wins. Jacob thinks he wins. $8,500. We might be getting the UFC debut discount. And if he does find himself a finish here, he'll be well worth that money. So I will have some DraftKings fantasy lineups with him in it. If you want to check out everything else that we offer, WeWantPicks.com. We have picks, we have bets, we have tools. We have an artificial intelligence. We have 4 human beings breaking down fights and giving you picks and bets. We have an optimizer that builds DraftKings fantasy lineups for you. We have a fight simulator that simulates fights 100,000 times and gives you all.
Oh my
of the
God,
data
just
points.
fucking move on. Come on.